trying to get it in the back of that, get them curious up here, but then you want to make them commit to that back of that cage. That's a dangerous question to answer on something my wife may watch. No, turkeys are a big part of my life. The thing about turkeys is a lot of my greatest friendships are because of the wild turkey. My greatest memories, you know, that's going to be a place of connection for me and my sons. Right now, these statistics are that about 65 to 80% of nests fail because of nest predators, and so when you start taking that into account, you got to start thinking about how we can give turkeys the best possible chance of survival in that critical window of when they're laying helpless as an egg in a nest for 28 plus days. And so, you know, we believe in having, I use the acronym ITS, intensive, timely, and sustained trapping. We're trying to trap intensively, trying to remove as many nest predators out of the landscape at the right time of year, that 3 to 4 month window before eggs are going to be laid in nest. And we're doing it year after year. You know, I encourage people, if you're passionate about turkeys, to not only work on the habitat, that is extremely important, and that's a big part, the fundamental part of what we do, but predator control has to factor into that, because it's a symbiotic relationship between the habitat and the predators. The prey-predator balance has really changed because we don't have the fur market that we had 15, 20 years ago. The people that are trapping right now are predominantly people that are doing it for their wildlife, in particular the wild turkey. And so we've got to make sure that we're good stewards of this resource. And so, great thing to get kids involved in. You know, I take my oldest, and he enjoys checking traps with me and riding around. And it's not really hard to run these dog-proof traps or these cage traps. So let's go ahead and set a trap real quick.
So what are you looking for when you're setting these traps?
Trapping is so much like any other type of hunting. I mean, you're looking for sign, and then you're trying to figure out the best place to funnel that predator. But these areas like this are places that are like highways for these coons and possums. And a lot of times you'll catch a couple, it'll be a week or so, and then another group will come through here. So it's a great place to just keep traps out, you know, possibly even year round in some capacity, and just keep that population down. This is another great spot to put a trap because it's a gate right here. It kind of forces them into this road setting. You've got a pond. You have this old barn that's real popular for possums and even skunks to be around. But one thing I love about Onyx as a trapper is the fact that I can set these traps. I don't have to flag them. I can drop a pin on these. I can even go into the notes section and report what I've caught at each trap. So it allows me to really keep really good data on what's happening, where my traps are, to be able to pull kind of back and almost look at a heat map of where my trap sets are, so I can see if there's any gaps that I'm missing. But it's just been an invaluable tool for me as a trapper and a gamekeeper.
So you go through and mark every one of your traps.
Mm-hmm. This is the way that I keep track of all my traps. I mean, as soon as I put a trap down, I'm gonna drop a pin exactly where it is. And it's great when you just zoom out, you can kind of see where all your traps are. You can kind of see what holes you have and places that you're maybe not hitting. You need to go back and hit. You know, I'm so passionate about the wild turkey, and one of the things that I feel is so important is to maintain balance in the prey predator community. We've got a predator population that, because of the removal of some of the traditional ways that we've managed through trapping and things like that for the fur market, we're now, as gamekeepers, the ones that are responsible for keeping that balance in the populations. And so I encourage everyone, check your state regulations, see what's available for you to do, whether you're on public land or leased land or private land you own or you can manage. Get trapping to be a part of your fundamental part of being a gamekeeper. Start removing predators in the right time of year, those 3-4 months leading up to the nesting season, during the nesting season like right now. Trapping is just one tool that we can utilize on our own place and on our own way to be able to help the wild turkey.